G'day! In today's video I'm going to be talking about unlicensed and unauthorized gaming controllers on Xbox consoles and also Nintendo community tournaments. So currently there's going to be an update coming out, or has already come out, for the Xbox series, and with that they're going to be blocking third-party unauthorized controllers. Now what do I mean by that? Unauthorized could mean a lot of things. It could mean third-party controllers, it could mean a few different things. But what they're apparently specifically targeting is the adapters that convert from keyboard mouse to controller. So basically it makes the console think that the keyboard and mouse inputs that you're using is a controller, and what you get there, the advantage you get there is more precision, but you still retain the aim assist that the console controller normally has. So if you play straight up keyboard and mouse, it will give you no aim assist at all. If you play with controller, you do get aim assist. These third parties or unauthorized devices, I believe one of them is called Zim. I forgot the particular brand that made it. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite remember it. But essentially it's a USB adapter where you plug it in and it spoofs it as your keyboard and mouse as being a controller. That gives you an unfair advantage in multiplayer games. Granted, in single player games, I don't see the issue. It should be your own personal choice as the individual purchaser of this device that your hardware should retain its usability. I do agree, for the sake of multiplayer games, fair enough. Block it on Call of Duty, block it on Fortnite. Make sure that that cannot work to gain you an advantage in multiplayer. I'm curious to see if this will have the same effect on single player games. You want to play The Witcher 3 on your Xbox, making it think that you've got a keyboard and mouse? You should be able to go right ahead and do that. I don't see that being an issue at all. The thing that I don't like about it is it's something that's been around for quite some time now, and only now they're acting upon it. It's something that, let's say you might have a particular disability, you're using a keyboard and mouse to play a single player game, you want to play The Witcher, you have a disability, you only have one hand. So from there, let's say for example, you have been able to play using a variety of keyboards and mouses or adapters to essentially emulate that input. Yes, there is the accessibility controller. That may not be perfect for everybody. There might be someone there that's been playing for the last 5-10 years with this particular keyboard spoofing adapter, and from there they've been able to play all the games that they want happily. All of a sudden, on November 13th, bam, you can't play. Change it. That I don't agree with. I can imagine if they block it from Xbox Live or multiplayer games, go right ahead. I see that as an advantage. Most people that are probably using it may potentially be using it for that advantage. Granted, there's probably some people that are playing it with a disability, using their custom style of controller to be able to do it, and now they're going to be blocked. That definitely sucks. And on the Nintendo front, their community tournament guidelines Q16, under that it does specify, I'll just read it, it's got people may not use of game consoles, accessories and software not licensed by Nintendo. So let's say you're using a third-party controller at a tournament, that is technically breaking the community tournament guidelines, and then that may have ramifications for the tournament organizer or the individual that's actually participating. I don't think it would come down to the individual, but it would be up to the tournament to moderate the Nintendo guidelines. But what's stopping Nintendo from pushing that one step further? I don't think they would do it, but that definitely gives them the power to be able to push it slightly further, push the envelope just a little bit more. Someone may have been using a controller, third-party controller they've had since they were 12 at a GameCube tournament, and now all of a sudden, no. It's not a genuine, that is an unlicensed controller, you cannot play. Granted, I do believe most tournaments would have fairly strict rules on what controllers can or can't be used, and that would be up to the individual tournament organisers to moderate that. But now it's written down in fairly loose terms under the community guidelines that unlicensed consoles, software or accessories, controllers, can potentially be disallowed or removed from the tournament. So I do find this is a slight overreaching by these companies. Essentially Nintendo, I do find them very bizarre with their tournaments. unlicensed tournaments, tournaments with prize money, even just community tournaments. One of them does mention about if you want to organise it for a school, that a simple school tournament with 30 kids with no prize money shouldn't really involve anything like this. It shouldn't have to come down to that. Granted as well, if you're playing with something like a GameCube, N64, good luck finding those original controllers in good condition. Yes, Nintendo does sell the Switch adapted N64 controllers, but that's something that's weirdly disappearing over time. I'm surprised more companies aren't manufacturing original controllers for their older consoles. Some people might want to go out and buy a brand new DualShock 1 for a PS1. Simply don't really exist. Third parties, pretty darn rare. You get the Chinese knockoffs that are fairly low quality. But anyway, that is a completely different tangent right there. But overall, I do find it bizarre. Both these companies, within 2 days of one another, are enacting the similar kind of policy. Granted, one is at community tournaments, one is at a console level, which I believe at a console level, it should be the end user's choice to choose how they want to use their console that they've paid money for.